Hello, viewers. Welcome to another segment on Serenity TV. I am your host, Goodness Chisel. How are you all doing? How has your week been going? Hope everything has been in shape. For me, though, well, I won't say everything has been in good ways as it always was, but we thank God. Anyways, so in today's episode, I'll be bringing you something that's really plays us with most shoes. Even I myself, I'm in the same shoe. Okay, what is that? Finding your path and your career. How everyone is trying to reinvent themselves. How are you trying to, after school, what next? What are you going to do? What you studied in school is what you're coming out with. So that brings us to today's topic, reinventing yourself. A lot of people don't know what to do next after school. They don't even know what's next step to take, what skill to acquire, if they are into 9 to 5, what job aspect they should go in, and so on. Joining me to discuss this wonderful segment, I am joined with a wonderful personality in the studio, in the person of Mr. Ray Power. Sir, you're welcome.
Thank you.
How are you feeling?
I'm good.
Okay.
The catch code.
Okay, guys, sit back, relax, don't go nowhere as we dissect and understand what this is all about. So, moving on, sir, can you just give us a brief introduction about who you are?
Okay. First, my name is Uche Raymond, and I'm a blockchain leader. I'm a business leader focused on blockchain, Web3, but in general, you could just call it tech. When I mention stuff about blockchain, the idea most people get to have about that subject topic is usually crypto and all that. So I don't, the subject of crypto is more like a very small discussion when it has to do with blockchain.
That word blockchain is quite ambiguous. I told someone that the word is
it's the word now is changing, and when you mention tech is very broad. So you talk about Web3, and then you talk about AI, you talk about blockchain, you talk about a whole lot of other things. So you have to choose. You have to niche it down. So if you're niching it down, you're talking about Web3, you're talking about blockchain. And under it, you see how it goes. Under it, you still have the conversation of crypto. So, but I'm not focused on crypto. There are crypto traders, crypto, all those. I'm much more focused on the subject of tech, particularly blockchain, and of course Web3.
Okay, so now moving away from all that, because we'll still come back to that, right? Web3 and everything. But like I said earlier, finding yourself after school. Was this what you studied in school?
Okay. First, I'm a science student.
Okay.
Uh, I studied chemistry. In general, I studied chemical engineering.
Oh.
Yeah, but here is the thing. Here is the tricky part. When I finished school, my result no good. So this, like my own personal story, my result no good. And I looked at a whole lot of my classmates as at then they were all going for NYSC. I still had some carryovers to write in school. So I'm giving you like how this came into play. So I still had carryovers to write in school. I looked at the next 1 year, my classmates will be at the NYSC and me, I will be writing course. I said, no, what can I do now that will make me meet up with my classmates? So I started looking out for what can I do. So somewhere along the line, an opportunity came. That opportunity was multi-level marketing. It was never part of what I studied, but it showed me a roadmap of what is possible for me, even without my degrees, even without my certificates. It showed me, okay, you can actually get engaged with something, start doing a few things that doesn't require your degree or your certificate. So I started from multi-level marketing. In general, most people know it as network marketing. So that was my starting point. I started with products, started a whole lot of things. As time went on, I diverted into e-commerce. So as time went on from e-commerce, I came into trading, forex trading. So you see the shift. None
Yeah.
of all those things I ever did after school did, or that I did while I was in school, did I ever do after school. So from trading, I started training people. As time went on, so many things came into play, and this is where we are now. Tech.
Wow. That's very intriguing. Your story is, well, I wouldn't say similar to mine, but I really learned a lot, seeing that school is not only where it plays out, but life really teaches one lesson. And then from life, one can learn and, re strategize. Yeah.
It will interest you to know that till now I never stay going west. So I finished school sometime around 2013.
Wow.
Yeah, but so 2013 till now should be about how many years now?
I don't know.
So even me, I've lost count. So from that time till now, I've still not served. So even if I'm going back there, it's more like to share my story with corpers. Do what you have to do, but the economy is not going to help you with your results. You have to start thinking outside the box.
So what keeps you motivated to keep learning? Even you are there already, but
I'm not
yes.
there. I'm not like you. I'm not there.
So, but what keeps you motivated to keep learning then?
Waiting they keep me motivated, not they too far.
Wow.
Poverty they keep me motivated.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I have mouths to feed. I have people that are dependent on me. I have myself that I don't want to be regarded as a failure. So all those things keep me motivated. There are a whole lot of things that some of the setbacks that I've had in my life are some of the things that keep me motivated. I'll give you an instance. There are situations where I've come in contact with people who did not quite believe in me, especially when I wanted them to believe in me. So you see that rejection of you not believing in me is what me will use as my own weapon to create some kind of success for myself. So what keeps me motivated? Failure, poverty. To some people, success they keep them motivated. To me, certain other things keep me motivated.
So what I studied education in English in school, but finding my path is still, when I say what I'm struggling with currently, but then what things do you think that as a student one can put in place to help them? Because you said what pushed you was because you don't want to go back to school and take that examination and the rest of it. But most students don't even know what to do after school. So what advice will you just tell them what they should do in finding their path and the rest of them?
So here is the thing. In my opinion, what works for Mr. A
may not work for Mr. B.
Exactly. So it's up for some people to decipher what can work for me. All these things, there is no manuscript. So when I finished school, there was no, okay, this is your next line of action. You have to find your own way. You understand? So if I stay here and give a manuscript, do this, someone might do it and it might work for them. Another person will do it and it will be the biggest disaster of their life. So the thing there is, what is pinching you? So if you discover what is pinching you, then you can use that. Depending to some people, what is pinching them would be the reason why they wouldn't want to get better in anything that they want to do at the end of the day. To some people, their setback, failures, even poverty is an excuse on why they shouldn't want to grow, why they shouldn't want to get better, why they shouldn't want to learn something new and move on. But to some other people, it is a weapon. You understand what I mean?
Yes.
So all this plays out, it all depends on the human being. At the end of the day, it all depends on the human being.
So in your opinion, right, why do you think acquiring skill as students is very important?
Why do I think acquiring skill is very important? So first, look around you. Look around you. How many people are satisfied with the job system? Few. So there was a time when it was a high demand, but now it's not a high demand. It's a skill demand. However, we are moving away from the skill demand. So you might finish from school, you go learn a skill, but now we are moving away from skills. Uh, I will use my brother here as an example. Yeah, we have people who are experts in videography, in cinematography. Are you aware now that there are tools that can do that and you don't need to be an expert anymore? Somebody with an average knowledge about something can beat you by having a better tool. Do you understand what I mean? So we are gradually moving away from when skill is even an integral thing. The thing now is, how are we paying attention to what is coming? Not even what is here already, what is coming. So if you understand what is coming, how that thing is changing the economy, how that thing is changing how we operate, how we do things as human beings, it can help you start figuring out yourself, learning yourself, readjusting yourself. So even when there is competition in a skill that you have, you can beat your competitors.
Is that even easy? Beating competitors is one thing. I don't know. Feel that the job market, people will be like, the job market is already saturated,
The job market is over.
Okay.
It's not saturated. It is over. How many people they come out from school now? Like, I will give you an example. When I finished school, there are some people that, okay, I have this, I have hope, I can take my degree here. How many people they come out from school now and they can boast, I can take my result here, my certificate here, and I can get this, even if they have first class. Do you know when I knew that none of my degree mattered? Was when I finished school, I looked at my result, it wasn't good. I was paying attention to most of my classmates that their degree were better than mine. Some of them first class, 2-1. I know, man, if I follow these people enter this market, they will beat me hands down. Do you understand?
Yes.
I have to start paying attention to things that they are not paying attention to. Because whether we like it or not, we are in a competitive environment. There is something that you are doing that another person is doing. So how can you better yourself that if they place both of you on the same template, you have an advantage? That's the key.
All right. Okay. All right, viewers. Let's quickly go on a short break. We'll be back shortly. Stay tuned. Hello, viewers. Welcome back from that very short break. I'm still in the studio with Mr. Raper. Okay. Now, sir, moving on. What do you think about people who are now making this shift into tech? Everybody is moving into tech, with content creation and everything. What do you think about this?
It's like when there was the oil bust. You know the oil bust?
No, I've not heard of that.
Okay, there was a time when the conversation on the table in terms of economy was oil. So in the Nigerian space, there was the Shell, all of them now.
Yeah.
So a time came, it was no more a centered conversation. I'm not saying that you can make money from Shell, from oil, as the case may be, but a time came that wave was moving away. So, but we are at the point where the entire economy of the world, not of Nigeria or Africa, of the world, is moving to tech. So sometime we'll go to school and you'll see people who want to study and they are studying computer engineering. Some people where they study medical science, all those things. There will few say people when they do computer science, they don't know what they do. But now they are the one bringing out the tools that are redefining how people interact with
Yes.
So there is a wave happening. So we need to first ask, where is this wave? So first, the wave is tech, is digital. The entire world is digital. So in as much as you want to make money, whether with the skill set that you have, if you're not attaching tech to it, if you're not attaching digital concept to it, you're already setting up yourself. So even if you are maybe a makeup artist, I'm just using it as an example because that's what is just physical skill, right? But now you can't showcase yourself without paying attention to what is happening digital. However, it is that your work is one-on-one you have to pay attention to how you redefine it and make the tech, the online part, get noticed and all that, right? So everything is moving totally digital, and it's also very important that regardless of the skills that you have, regardless of the career that you choose, the work that you do, the job that you are involved in, how do you move this to be more digital? Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
At some point before we can have this conversation, we can have it on radio. It doesn't need to be online. But right now, everybody's setting up their own radio.
Yeah.
Anywhere can be your own radio. Even in your house can be your own radio.
Yeah.
Because we want to connect digitally, right? So it is a shift that nobody can ignore. And the moment you try to ignore it, you don't shoot yourself a leg. You've already set up yourself to, So that is it.
So, sir, personally, do you think changing careers is what people need to embrace, or if they are, especially when they're seeing a shift, like they're not really getting what they want? Do you think passion also plays a major role in that?
Well, you have to an extent, like what you are doing. That's one. But the idea of passion, American ideology. Sometimes you don't need to like what you are doing. Sometimes if it gives you what you need, you just need to do it. So many police officers, they don't like to say they be police officers. Do you understand?
Yes.
But it puts food on their table, so they need to be police officers. So many people where they do jump, what do they call it? Bosimo and all that. Drivers, they don't. It's not necessarily that they like what they do. Do you understand?
Yeah.
But if it puts food on your table, you don't need to like it. You can get involved in a job, the job pays you so well, and forget about you liking the job. Take care of the people you need to take care of, feed the mouths that you need to feed. That's the most important thing. Escape poverty first. Exactly.
So, what will you say about formal education between self-taught skill acquisition?
Formal education, yes. So everybody should learn, go through the formal education. I'm not against it. I'm not. But at the same time, why are you also learning, going through the education system?
Yeah.
In fact, the education system, to an extent, is some form of corruption on its own.
Okay.
Because there are some things, I won't say some things. There are a whole lot of things that you need to survive in the real world that doesn't happen in the four walls of
education.
Exactly. So, in as much as I also think it's a duty for parents, in as much as your kids, your children are going through that formal education system, it's also good as a parent. You think outside the box on their behalf. What can give my child an advantage? So I will give you an instance. For me, I want my daughter to understand business, regardless of any field she wants to be in. I want her to understand business. That's one. So now I'm also setting her up to start learning Chinese. She's just 3 years old.
Oh.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
I'm setting her up to start learning Chinese. So why for school they teach how to understand English literature? I want her to understand Chinese. So economically, globally, where is the world power financially? Economically, where is the world power?
China.
Currently. So yeah.
Currently, I think it's USA.
So economically, you would pay attention to China, regardless of anything. In Nigeria, in Africa, who do we do business with?
In Africa, China.
Africa, China. Africa, Nigeria, who do we do business with?
China.
Good. So it makes more sense if she understands China than even understanding English. Here she can interact with everybody.
Oh.
Do you understand? But if she's going to do business, it's good she understands that language. True. You get what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, some people can go and learn French, learn other. I'm concerned personally as a parent. Aside from the skills that she will learn along the way, some other things that she will be exposed to, I'm concerned about, okay, let me make some adjustments aside from the four walls of formal education. What other things can I bring in that can aid her? You get what I mean?
Not most parents know about this. So if you're able to study all these things and be like, in the next few years, this is the area that she will work well with.
She will know more things than her average needs. That's the advantage. She will understand certain things that than her average, classmates cannot keep up with. So even if you are a better English speaking person, just give her travel, whatever. She goes to China, she can do business with Chinese.
Mm.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So she has certain advantage. I'm just using China as a case study. Do you understand? So, but this plays a role in general with how we do a whole. I came in here. I don't know whether you guys were able to pick up. I was speaking German.
Okay.
When you gave me water, I said thank you.
Yes.
That was German. Thank you. So I'm able to pick that up because to an extent, while we were in school, I came across a man who was, doing some things and teaching us, German language. I loved it. Even after school, I started trying to learn. I'm not an expert, but at least I can pick one or two. If like I've been in situations when I'm with some people and I speak a certain word and they're like, oh, you can speak this, and then we open some kind of new discussion. Do you understand? So some of the things that are norm should not be the major norm. Some of the things that are abnorm should start being the norm. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, now personally, which skill do you think is more valuable in the job market now?
Okay.
Moment of truth.
Okay. I'll be honest with you.
Okay.
And I will also speak from a personal perspective. A whole lot of people might not agree with me, but for me, this is personal. Two, and these two are not taught in schools. One of them is leadership. Leadership. One. There is no university as long as the Nigerian system is concerned, their curriculum that teaches leadership. You can go to school and you learn entrepreneurship. At the end of your entrepreneurship, you discover that people who studied entrepreneurship cannot even be entrepreneurs anymore. They are with certificates looking for job. So what's the essence of the entrepreneurship? So some people go to school, study business admin. At the end of the day, you studied business admin. When you come into the real world, you're supposed to set up a business. You're supposed to run a business. So you discover that it doesn't work. Right? So for me, one is leadership. Second one, sales and marketing.
Sales and marketing. Okay.
So, in my opinion, these are the two. Whether any field that you are involved in, any business, any whatever that you're doing, have these two with you. Leadership, how to lead other people in an organization, in your own organization, in other people's organization, and of course, sales and marketing. Anyone that can do, that is good at sales and marketing can self-employ themselves in any business. You don't need to submit CV. If I come here and I say I can generate $1 million in revenue every 6 months, I don't need to submit CV, I will be hired. I don't know if you understand what I mean.
Yeah. Okay. That's very nice. So, are there any free and accessible materials that people can access right now to learn new skills on the internet?
The world don't open, so people no need to find waiting they want learn again. They search one thing that you want to know, one keyword on YouTube, you have everything. So there is something that I always do on YouTube. It's like a cheat for me that I always do on YouTube when I want to gather information about something. This cookie.
Yeah.
So there is something that cookie does.
Okay.
When you constantly search about something on YouTube, on Google, so what that does is that it takes your information, it understands that you are searching for this topic. Yeah. So over time, it will start feeding you with information about that thing that you are searching for.
Yes.
You understand? So anytime I want to learn something, I keep researching about that thing with my phone. Because I might not exactly get what I'm looking for, but over time, my phone will start giving me information about that thing that I need. Do you understand?
I think that's encouraging.
Yeah, it's just
it works hand in hand with it. Okay, wonderful. I think our time is fast spent, right? So, on a general note, what skill do you think a young person who fresh graduates out of school, because there are lots currently. I even went for a sign up party the other day. So what skills do you think they can learn? In as much as you've told us of the two valuable skills in the currently for you personally, but what skill do you think they can learn, to at least put food on their table a little bit?
Fastest one is sales.
Sales. That's very important to you.
Fastest one is sales. Because if I can sell anything, I can walk anywhere.
Oh. Why do you say that?
If I can, it's simple. If I can sell anything, if I can sell a car, I can easily walk into a garage and I can, don't pay me. Just if I'm able to make this sale, can you pay me this percentage? I can bargain how I want to be paid. And the only job or the only skill that you can have that can give you that advantage is sales and marketing. Only. Other ones you can learn them over time, whether it is leadership, any other thing, you can learn them over time. But you see sales, anywhere that you walk into, and as long as you understand sales, you can go and sign your check yourself. And you can get the kind of employment that you want by yourself, employ yourself, and do whatever you want to do. I know some jobs that I've taken. I'm not an expert there, but I can sell. I understand it more than the people that are working there. I understand their products more than the people that are working there. I go inside. If I do this, can you pay me this percentage? You can employ yourself.
Okay.
So whether it is your own personal business, you can do that. If you don't have what it takes to have your own personal business, you can do it in another person's business and start creating money instantly.
All right. Okay. On a general note, what advice will you give to the young ones out there who want to, take your footsteps and maybe swap careers and things like that?
I'm not they advise anybody to swap careers. I'm not they advise anybody to swap careers. Just figure out what works for you.
Okay.
That's all. Just figure out what works for you. For me, what works for me was a certain part that I failed in, that I did not want at the end of the day. I feel I'm lagging so much behind. You understand?
Yeah.
But everybody will not be like me. Everybody will not be me. So just find out what works for you. Use that in any way that you feel exactly and scale.
Alright, viewers. It has been a wonderful time in the studio today. I hope you all learned a lot. I did. So for all of us here in Serenity TV, it has been a great time. I hope you all, had the time to pick one or two for the young ones out there. Please do. If you know that this is not working out for you, you're free to swap careers too. And do well to follow us on our social media platforms. You can drop your comments down below, whatever you think, whatever you feel you can add to what Mr. Ray has said so far. Feel free to do that. Do that in our YouTube channel, our TikTok handles, Instagram, and our Facebook too. We'll do that to get back to you. Alright. So for all of us here, please do have a wonderful day. Bye.